Some of you know of whom I speak, myself included. So good morning. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
And remember, if it's not one thing, it's your mother. Can you believe the flack I've gotten about that topic this week? Oh, Barbara, don't talk about that. Why? Do you have issues with your mother? Yes, and I'm not ready to look at them. Oh, Barbara, don't talk about that. Oh, Barbara, that's a great topic. I can't wait to hear what you're going to say. That was Freud. Basic psychology. If we have issues with our lives, issues in our lives, chances are really high it has something to do with mother. And so we come around to Hallmark moments, and it's Mother's Day, and we hear all these wonderful, wonderful ideas about mother. And if there's not a clean, clear sense of who we are and our relationship with our mother, then we might find that we have some thoughts or feelings around this day. So I just thought I'd drag them out into the light and look at them. Some people say, oh, I want to come into Science of Mind, I want to learn how to do affirmations, and I want to create a life that is wonderful, that is everything I've ever hoped and dreamed of. And if you want to do that, please come to my class tomorrow night and I will teach you how. But I guarantee you that if you have unresolved issues in yourself, they will get in the way of your ability to manifest what you want. Really simple analogies. If you keep having a relationship with someone over and over and over again, you call it getting a divorce, falling in love, getting married, getting a divorce, falling in love, getting married, getting a divorce. You know that. If you keep having relationships with the same person, only you put a different name on them, a different face on them, but it's the same relationship, then you have unresolved issues. If Johnny G was here, he would offer you an issue tissue. And so people say, Barbara, give me the affirmation that will allow life to fall in my lap without me having to do anything. It doesn't work. This teaching is not for wimps. This teaching says you can have it all. You can have all the money you can spend. You can have a physical body that will carry you through your life with energy and joy and vitality. You can have relationships that other people wonder how there can be so much love in the world. You can succeed at whatever you touch, but you've got to be able to have it inside of yourself to have it on the outside. And if you're still busy being a child, angry with mom, you're not going to have what you want on the outside. People say, oh, I've got great things in my life except my money doesn't work. Well, if your money's not working, you don't have value and wealth inside of you. You feel like things have been taken from you. You feel victimized. That's all going to go back to mom. It's all going to go back to mom. So I have a words of encouragement for you. If you were not here last week, we took all of Science of Mind and condensed it into 2 words.
Be happy.
1, 2, 3.
Be happy.
Be happy. It was easy. If you're having trouble being happy, it's your mother. I'm giving this to you real simple. If you have trouble being happy, it's your mother. And if it's your mother, it's because you haven't grown up yet inside of yourself. People say, I want to be a powerful, magnificent, spiritual being alive and well on planet Earth. Well, to do that, you have to grow up. And in that process of growing up, you have to let go of what psychologists call idealized images, unrealistic expectations about what you should or should not have had in your early years. I believe we are amazing spiritual beings, and that we chose, everybody take a deep breath. We chose our mothers. We chose our fathers. We chose the family in which we incarnated. We chose our sex. We chose the moment. Nina's in the room. We chose the exact second where the stars were aligned, for us to incarnate as a spiritual being and have the opportunity to get all that life has for us. And then rather than showing up and looking at the world and going, yeah, I'm here, we looked around and we cried. Oh, what have I done? Oh no, oh no. But then that is our journey, to get from the crying child inside of us to the powerful spiritual being that we are. And that has so much to do with mother. Part of healing that relationship, and I've gone through a lot with this idea of mother, much of it on this stage and publicly. Part of healing that relationship that we have, which is so biased and skewed when we look through the eyes of a child at what mother should or should not have given to us or done for us, part of healing that relationship and growing up is allowing us to be clean and clear in consciousness so that we can use this amazing power of life and create what we want to have. I know how to create. I know how to use the law of attraction. I know how to use mental energy to manifest my life. But to do that, I've got to stop being clogged up with a lot of feelings of being small, of being helpless, of not getting my needs met. That's not us. That may have been an experience a long time ago, and so we pick someone and we go, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. Mother, father, husband, 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 husband. It's not anybody's fault. That was our journey. There are no victims. There are only volunteers, and you and I volunteered. And we volunteered because we were ready to grow. We were ready to use this creative force of all of life to bring those things in our lives to life. You know what that's like. Bringing things to life. Having an idea, planting a seed, having it come to form in your life. You know how great that feels. That's why you're here. Other people think that they don't have anything to do with that. What about your poppycock? We know that we are the ones manifesting our lives, and in order for us to do it in a healthy way, we have to be healthy inside of ourselves. So if you have any stuff going on with your mom where you think she did or did not, let it go. That's from the mindset of a child. Now, you don't want to be a child. Children don't get to have their way. Children are told what to do, what they can have in life, what they can't have in life, unless they come to Life Wisdom School, which is a whole different reality. But most children are in a powerless position, and you don't want to go there. You want to let that go as some old story, some old experience that you went through, but it was like going through the valley of the shadow of death. It came to pass and not to stay. Don't stay there. Grow up. Take the power that is yours. Bring the experiences that you want to life because you are clear about who you are. And sometimes that's not easy. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations where we have a curveball. They'll say life threw us a curveball. Nobody threw us anything. We experienced things being very different from what we wanted. Sometimes the manifestation process is not cut and dry, where we plant a seed, plant an idea, nourish it, love it, bring it into form, and everything works out happy ever after. It's not always like that. Sometimes there are experiences where all of a sudden things look very different. And that is the moment of choice. There was a couple in Australia a couple of years ago. They were pregnant with twins. Very, very happy, very, very happy, until the labor came way too early. And the babies came. And the little girl, Emily, was fine. And the little boy, Jamie, was not. And the doctors tried for 20 minutes to resuscitate him. And finally they wrapped him up and said, he's gone, Jamie didn't make it. And the parents went through their own agony. Next slide. They laid together in the bed and they said, can we say goodbye to our son, this dead baby? Can we have him? Don't take him away. Let us have him. And they laid together in the bed, and the mother took the wrappings off of the baby. They had wrapped him up for dead. and put him against her skin, naked to naked, with the father there with his shirt off. And what they did is they talked to this baby, and they said, we want you to know that your name is Jamie. We want you to know that your sister Emily is fine. She's fine. But we also want you to know the life that we wanted to have with you. All of the hopes and the dreams that we shared with you. And during that time of holding this baby, keep the slide here. During that time of holding this baby, she's stroking him. It's an infant. She's stroking the baby, and they're holding him, and they're telling him all the plans that they had. To be a ball player, to grow up, to go to school, to ride a bike, to have that kind of a life that they had envisioned. And every so often, this baby would jerk. Doctor, doctor, the baby is jerking. Oh, forget it. That's a normal, natural, biological response. It doesn't mean anything. The baby is dead. Okay? Stroking the baby, touching his cheek. The baby jerks. Rubbing the baby's back. And just talking amongst themselves, trying to come to terms with something that went so wrong so fast. It took 2 hours. And then that's Jamie opening his eye. 2 hours of not giving up on love. 2 hours of saying, yeah, the doctor's out there saying they want to throw you away. But I just want a moment with my son. I want a moment with this thing that I have brought into form, into life. I want a moment with this being before I let our ways pass. And the touching and the stroking and the conversation, and the baby opens his eye. And that's Jamie and Emily together. Strange, alive and well. The doctors didn't know what to do with it. They didn't know how to handle it. 20 minutes of CPR trying to resuscitate the baby. All of the stethoscopes said that he was dead. And now here he is brought back to life. And one more slide of a healthy, happy baby. And so I look at my life, you can go back to the other slide now. I look at my life and say, at what point do I give up too soon? At what point do I believe the outside authorities that say, this thing that I thought was so real, no, it's gone. It died. The contract died. The job is gone. The opportunity fell through the cracks. The person doesn't want me anymore. At what point do I look at myself and say, did I give up too fast? Did I listen to people outside of me? While I was reading this story, it was not a coincidence that Andrea Bishop came over with Addison and Aaron. Addison and Aaron just turned 6 months old. Andrea tried to get pregnant for 10 years. And everybody told her it was a waste of time, that it would never happen. It was medically impossible. She was spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on nothing. And she just wouldn't give up. But when Addison and Aaron were born, when the twins were born, Aaron was not thriving. It's a medical term, failure to thrive. His blood sugar wouldn't balance in the NICU, in the neonatal intensive care unit. And what the nurse did, completely against all medical rules of Mission Hospital, is she took his sister and put her in the incubator with her brother, because they had known nothing other than each other and their mother their whole lives. And it only took, I think, 6 hours of Addison being right next to Aaron for his blood sugar to stabilize, for all of his numbers to come into the normal range, and for Andrea to be told that she could take the kids home the next day. Yeah. How wonderful is that? That there is something that says if you don't give up, even when things start to go south, If you don't give up, there's a life and a creative force within this experience that can still come through. John has a job in Denver. Actually, it's Golden, it's Genesee, and he works with some wonderful people, one of whom's name is Mark Gilbert. He's the head of licensing and credentialing for all of the ministers and practitioners. And Mark has triplet sons. And I told John the story about Jamie and Emily, and John told Mark, and Mark said, when my sons were born, one of them was blue. Blue baby. I had a brother that was a blue baby, and he didn't live. So one of the triplets was blue. And he said it was surreal when you hear that news that something's wrong with a newborn child. And he said the pediatrician came in and with 2 fingers did infant CPR on that baby. And Mark said he honestly has no idea how long that woman stood there over that infant and pumped his heart for him. And he said it was surreal, it was quiet, nothing was in focus other than these fingers and his son's chest. And at some point, the baby's heart beat regularly on its own. And the baby turned the appropriate color of red. And the baby is a grown man today. And so on this Mother's Day, don't think that it is about you being a child and your mother being outside of you, or even the role of mother taking care of your biological children. That's not what it's about. It's about the creative power that is within you to birth in your life. You're a powerful, creative, spiritual being, alive and well on planet Earth, with the power and the ability to manifest your life whatever way you want it to be. Don't give up. If something looks like it's dying, don't give up on it. Bring it to life. If something looks like it needs something and all of the official people say, no, we can't do that. You can't put the other baby in there with the brother because it's just not right. Don't give up. Do it anyway. Go against the crowd. Go against what people say is normal and appropriate, and bring your dreams to life. And if you get 2 out of 3, and you really want the whole thing, be willing to stand there for as long as it takes to nurture that life until it gets on its own feet and can grow into the dream that you wanted it to be. It is the power of the mother within you. The only thing that stands in our way is our own insecurities and our own littleness that says, no, it's too big, I didn't get my needs met, I can't help the way my life is, I don't have what I need. You've got everything that you need. You've got the power of life itself within you. It is in your hands, it is in your heart, it is in your words, it is in your thoughts. You focus on what you want. Doesn't matter what has happened up until now, it will rise up from the ashes and grow and be everything you ever wanted it to be. And so it is.